Well, good morning. Ooh, look who's here. Friday, November the 3rd. Here's what we're working on for you this morning. Renovation work on Hamilton's First Ontario Centre is now set to begin early next year. Simone is on that story for us this morning.
And striking outdoor workers and facility operators in Oakville will meet with the town today to reach an agreement.
Also, Green Day announced a North American stadium tour for next year. I hear they have a gig coming up in a couple of weeks, though, around these parts.
I heard that. Yeah. Kind of a big deal.
Well. Look at this, huh?
Well.
This is a lot of testosterone on your TV screen for a Friday morning, isn't it?
I hope you like it.
Yeah, good to see you. Adam Atkinson in for Annette. This has never happened. This has never happened.
It's a long time coming.
Yeah, we'll see how long it happens for. Hopefully we can make it through the show.
About 10 minutes, it won't be happening again.
Okay, good stuff. We'll get to Brian. We got something exciting for Adam, too, because he's made it big on late night TV.
Big time.
My head is just blowing up right now.
That's coming up on the show. That's another tease for you. What do you got for us today, Brian?
I got sunshine today. I got Friday today. We all got Friday today. But yes, sunshine. And we're going to double yesterday's high temperature. Yesterday we got to 7. Today we're forecasting 14 in that sunshine. However, the wind is going to be fairly strong. It's going to be a factor from the southwest. Could be gusting to about 60 kilometers an hour. But that's helping to pull in that mild air. So sunshine today, then showers tonight, and possible showers for tomorrow. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Looking at traffic this morning, again, as usual, this time of the morning, 403 around Waterdown Road. Looks good right there, so nothing to see. A few MTO traffic cameras. Grays Road, Stony Creek looks good. Top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge is fine. The only slowdown we have is this is just all because of construction going through Mississauga. So that's a slowdown that we have at the moment. That's the QEW at Cawthra. Otherwise, everything is rolling nicely. We'll look at weather and traffic coming up right now. The news.
All right, let's start downtown Hamilton because major renovations of the First Ontario Centre are expected to start next year as part of a larger plan to revitalize Hamilton's downtown core. That's where we find Simone Gavros joining us outside First Ontario Centre with more details on this. Big press conference yesterday where we got some of those details, Simone.
Hi, Tim. Yes, that's right. That press conference happened yesterday to announce this massive deal, and one of the largest venues with these sports and entertainment venues are going to be investing. They signed on with this nearly $300 million deal to revitalize the First Ontario Centre right behind me. Now, here's more from Mayor Andrea Horvath on how significant this is going to be for Hamilton.
It's pretty amazing to see not only the investment, but also the passion and the commitment around making it successful. I mean, a building is a building, and unless you animate it with all kinds of important activities that draw people in and that create energy in our downtown and in our city, then you're not going to be successful. So that's why having Live Nation here as well was really exciting. Having the experience of OVG as part of this project is really, really monumental for Hamilton.
So renovations are set to start fairly soon. The CEO of the Oakview Group, Tim Lewicki, involved in the deal, said that you'll start to see them working on the building as soon as possible, but they're going to avoid disrupting production elsewhere in the center for the time being. Renos are going to ramp up once the Toronto Rock season is over in April of 2024, and it'll be about 14 months of construction to transform every aspect of the venue into one of the biggest attractions in the province for musical acts. Now, the Oakview Group is confident that this will help revitalize downtown Hamilton and give other investors confidence to invest in it too. Now, the new venue is set to open in the summer of 2024, so we'll be watching for that once those renovations start next year in April. Adam, I'll send things over to you.
Yeah, that was 2025, actually, in the summer of 2025. Hamilton police are investigating a suspicious fire at an East End Roman Catholic church that happened Wednesday afternoon. The fire broke out at St. John the Baptist Roman Catholic Church. Upon police arrival, the back room was engulfed in flames and both altars were burned. Police say 2 cases of worship wine were also stolen.
How does this make you feel? Terrible, because this is a nice neighborhood, a relatively safe neighborhood, and for people to just break in and to destroy something that is so sacred to us, you feel violated, really, and disrespected.
Damages are estimated at between $50,000 and $75,000. Police say the hate crime unit has been notified. The church is expected to remain closed for at least 3 weeks while the cleanup continues.
Well, the man charged in connection with an armed standoff with police on Wednesday on Chiefswood Road will appear in a Brantford court today. Police have charged 40-year-old Matthew Dane Porter of Ashweekan with attempted murder using a firearm, possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose, and uttering threats to cause death or bodily harm. This is among other charges. OPP say Porter shot at police and was struck multiple times in an exchange of gunfire. The SIU continues to investigate.
Niagara police have arrested a 30-year-old man they believe robbed 3 businesses at gunpoint in Lincoln. The most recent incident happened at the Hay Bud on Green Lane shortly before 9 p.m. Wednesday. Police say a man with a handgun demanded money and left in a dark-colored Chevrolet pickup truck. Police believe the same man is responsible for 2 attempted armed robberies earlier in the day, one at the Coastal Kitchen Bar and the other at the Home Hardware on King Street. No one was hurt, but police arrested 30-year-old Jonathan Joseph Jones of no fixed address in the area of Glendale Avenue and Highway 406. He is in custody awaiting a bail hearing later today.
39 charges have been laid, resulting in an arrest of 9 men in Ontario and 1 in Massachusetts following a child exploitation investigation. So the investigation involved OPP officers, police agencies from Peel, York, Greater Sudbury, North Bay, Sault Ste. Marie, and Durham. OPP say officers used undercover techniques to access online chat rooms and social media apps designed for kids. In doing so, they were able to identify, locate, and arrest people looking to sexually exploit kids. Police say one of the suspects is a repeat offender who was out on bail.
Waterloo police are warning the public after a push pin was found in a chocolate bar that was collected during Halloween in Kitchener. The candy bar was collected in the area of Rittenhouse Road or Aaronbrook Drive. Investigators say it was opened and taped shut, and a small pin with a blue knob on the end was found inside. Police are reminding people to inspect all candy before it's eaten.
Outdoor workers and facility operators in Oakville who are on strike will be meeting with the town today at 2 o'clock to try once again to reach an agreement. Workers hit the picket lines yesterday after negotiations that have been taking place since April. They reached an impasse. Now the town of Oakville say they value their employees and are disappointed they decided to strike. Services that are being impacted include community centers and arenas, washrooms in parks, leash-free dog parks, and the field house at Bronte Athletic Park. Now recreation and club rental or culture rentals and programs have been canceled, while loose leaf collection has been suspended on residential roads. Libraries remain open, and Oakville Transit is still operating.
Niagara Parks is set to host the annual Valor and Victory ceremony to honor Indigenous veterans. It's taking place tomorrow in Niagara-on-the-Lake at Queenston Heights Park at 1 p.m. This will be the 5th annual Valor and Victory ceremony. Community members will gather to commemorate the 7th anniversary of the unveiling of the Landscape of Nations Memorial in 2016, marking a significant milestone for its presence in Niagara. It's a meaningful occasion highlighting the commitment to reconciliation and preserving Indigenous history.
Sportsline time. Let's start in the ice in Boston. Leafs trying to hand the Bruins their first loss in regulation in this, their 10th game, and after falling behind early, the Buds came back to force overtime and then a shootout.
Matthews has to score. And he slid through, but out the other side. And the Boston Bruins are now 9-0-1.
Bruins. Matthews unable to beat Jeremy Swayman in the shootouts, while both Bruin shooters scored in Ilya Samsonov. And Boston, despite missing 3 of their defensemen, still have not lost in regulation. Give the Leafs some credit as they fell behind 2-0 and responded with goals by Mitch Marner right there, and then one by Austin Matthews in the second to tie it up, only a minute apart. Leafs do get a point, but drop the 3rd straight game. They welcome Buffalo into town tomorrow night for Hockey Night in Canada.
No one cares anymore, though. I just wanted to bring it out and make a point.
I care. Indeed, I care.
Yes, Matt Devlin, we all do care, but the Raptors, hopefully they care about beating the Sixers. Been tough to do that. After a wonderful effort in besting Milwaukee on Wednesday, they could not say the same thing in Philly last night. Joel Embiid and the Sixers would dominate, scoring 28 points, 13 rebounds in the 114-99 win. Nick Nurse, former Raptors coach, and his Sixers have now beat the Raptors twice in under a week. Raps fall to 2-4. They now travel to San Antonio Sunday to face super rookie Victor Wembanyama, who had a coming out party last night, scoring 38 points in a win over Phoenix.
Pickett to the end zone, touchdown, and there it was. Deontay Johnson finally gets into the end zone.
Kicking off week 9 of the NFL season was the Steelers, scoring a touchdown with 4 minutes left in the game as Kenny Pickett hooked up with Deontay Johnson as Pittsburgh would slip past the Tennessee Titans 2016 in the Thursday Nighter. So the Steelers moved to 5-3 in the year. Titans dropped to 3-5. Bills, by the way, in Cincinnati for the Sunday Nighter this week. And oh yeah, that game tomorrow, big game tomorrow. Ticats travel to Montreal to face the Alouettes for the 4th time this season. 3 other times have ended in losses. If this one does, Tabby's season is over because we're into the CFL playoffs. We know Bo Levi Mitchell and Matt Schiltz will get time at QB, but according to Orlando Steinauer, that is according to Orlando Steinauer, but interesting yesterday at practice, Schiltz got the starter reps, while Bo was pretty limited at practice, which points to Schiltz getting the start. Either way, they need to win at Molson Stadium with kickoff just after 3. Third straight year, these two will hook up in the semis with the Alouettes winning last year 28-17. The winner heads to Toronto next weekend to face the Argos in the East Final.
6:11 is the time, and it's Friday. It's the 3rd of November, and we've got, well, we do have one problem on the highways, but I'll talk about that in a second. Let's start with our exclusive camera. This is the 403 in Waterdown Road. As you can see, nothing has really changed here in the past, well, 11 minutes ago we checked it. So that looks good. No problems right there. To our MTO traffic cameras, and we'll come around the horseshoe starting in St. Catharines. This is the Garden City Skyway East. Nothing to see right there. Grays Road, Stony Creek still moving nicely. No problems through Burlington, east of Brant. We'll flip ahead to the Ford plant. That's fine. Here's the problem. The problem is, well, this is the camera at the QEW at Cawthra, so Toronto-bound lane's heading away from us. The problem is a little further along. Construction is lingering at Dixie. Unfortunately, the Dixie camera's not working at the moment, but we have the left shoulder and 2 left lanes are blocked. So everybody from 3 lanes here has to squeeze over to 1 right lane to get through here. So as you can see, it is really slow. Get to our temperature at the moment. Yesterday morning, we were celebrating because we were on the plus side. We were 1 degree yesterday morning. Look at this morning, 7 degrees. That was yesterday's daytime high. Temperature has hardly fallen, so 7 degrees at the moment, a little bit of a light breeze, low relative humidity, and the skies are fairly clear at the moment. Air quality today, no problems, low risk category for morning and afternoon. And for school today, we're going to double yesterday's high. We're going to hit 14 degrees for the day, but look at that wind. It's going to start off fairly lightly, and then we're going to get southwest winds 40 to 60 later on today, but a mostly sunny sky. Lovely sunny day today. The warm front's gone way up to the north. We have that southerly flow that's going to continue. However, the showers are going to push in overnight tonight and stick around possibly on and off throughout the day tomorrow. Looking at today's temperatures, look at 12, 13, 14 degrees. That's above seasonal, way above seasonal for this time of year. And we're looking at tonight, the showers rolling in probably into the evening hours, but temperatures stay mild, 5, 6, and 7 for tonight. And then tomorrow, temperatures cool a little bit, 11 degrees generally around the horseshoe. Mainly cloudy skies tomorrow, and there's that chance. It's about a 30% chance of a shower during the day. So out the door this morning, the sky is now mainly clear, and it's mild. Temperature sitting at 7. Long range coming up. Adam, Tim.
Oh, thank goodness Emily's here.
I'm back.
Just too many dudes on camera, so we needed you. So great to have you back. How was your trip?
It was really good, you guys. I caught a shark.
No way.
Yeah.
With your bare hands.
Okay. Yes.
I wrestled it.
How big? How big?
It was bigger than me.
It was a great white, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
And I was like, come here,
shark tails, huh?
I was like,
this big.
It was this big. And like when that sequence of like Ernie and Bert when they're like, here, fishy, 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 and then the fishes just jump into the boat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like me.
That was, but it's a shark.
Yeah.
When do we get to see this?
The week of November 13th.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you missed it, Emily was in Florida Keys earlier this week, but back. And what are we chatting about?
Well, funny enough, during my time in the Florida Keys, I was listening to the audiobook of the one and only Britney Spears.
Okay.
And her childhood home is up for sale. I've got some insight on this home, and I'm going to tell you how much it's being sold for.
And I want to get some insight on this book, too.
Yeah, is it any good? I wonder.
Good. I unfollowed
juicy
Justin Timberlake, let's just say
There's
that.
some juicy stuff in there. Okay, we'll see you on the couch, maybe 6:40?
I'll be there.
All right, coming up after the break, get into some business news. And Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is in Washington for the Economic Prosperity Summit. That and other business news in 2. 6:17 on your Friday. Here's some numbers for you. Canadian dollar up 19 basis points this morning, sitting at 72.70 cents US. Gold up $3, 19.97.15 an ounce. Crude oil 54 cents. Bang on $83 a barrel. Off to Europe we go. Hey, Europe. Happy Friday. Markets are up in London, Frankfurt, and Paris.
Over in Asia, markets are up in Hong Kong and Shanghai. The Japanese markets are closed for Culture Day. Good for them. And in North American markets, the TSX gained 547 points. The Dow added 564, and the NASDAQ up 232.
Okay, glad you're with us on this Friday morning. Let's get into some business news. And Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, he's in Washington for today's inaugural America's Partnership for Economic Prosperity Summit. The White House meeting will be hosted by President Joe Biden. It marks the first official gathering of all 12 countries in the hemispheric trade framework meant to foster economic growth and strengthen supply chains. So it's not clear whether Trudeau and Biden will have the opportunity to meet one-on-one on the sidelines of the half-day summit.
Sam Bankman-Fried was found guilty yesterday for his role in the collapse of crypto exchange FTX. The verdict was delivered by a 12-person jury Thursday evening in a Manhattan federal courtroom after more than 4 hours of deliberations. The FTX founder and former CEO was found guilty on all 7 fraud and conspiracy charges against him. Jurors determined Bankman-Fried stole billions of dollars from customers' accounts and defrauded lenders to FTX's sister company. He had argued that it wasn't fraud, but rather business errors. Prosecutors said that they weren't mistakes, but a strategy. The guilty verdict caps the month-long criminal fraud trial.
So it was a historic day for the United Auto Workers Union after they voted in favor of a tentative labor deal that ended the union strike at Ford last week. UAW members at the Michigan Assembly plants in Wayne, Michigan voted 82% in favor of the deal in the first rank-and-file vote yesterday. So this comes after a 41-day strike at Ford, and members of Local 900 have returned to work. So the tentative deal will increase workers' pay by at least 25% between now and 2028. More than 3,600 members voted, and nearly 4,000 were on strike or laid off during the work stoppage. In total, there are 36 different locals at Ford, and 35 still have to vote. Okay, that's a look at business news. Brian's going to come back with a look at your forecast today and into the weekend. Also, this guy was on Late Night with Stephen Colbert.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah, he's telling us all about it. Yeah, after the break.
6:23 on the third morning of November. We have some good news as we check traffic. The construction at Dixie Road, a little further along from the shot, has now cleared. So, as you can see, Cothra is looking so much better right now, so no problems through here. MTO traffic cameras at Garden City Skyway. Here's the west side this time. Looks good. We'll check the other Skyway, Burlington Skyway. On the Hamilton side, no problems there. Appleby line is getting a little busier. No problems at Lorne Park. The 403 through Mississauga, nothing to see right there. Temperatures this morning, so far above where we've been for the past number of mornings. Even yesterday morning, we're above that. So 7 degrees for Hamilton and Mississauga, 8 Grimsby, 9 for Toronto so far this morning. Seasonal temperatures this time of year, 9 now for the daytime high, +1 for the overnight low. Those were our sun times and our records for today. We're going to change that date on that. Friday the 3rd of November. So for school today, 9 degrees for the first bell, 14 for after school. 14? Yes, double yesterday's high temperature. So we'll have a bit of a wind, though. The wind's going to gust to about 60 kilometers an hour. But there's the mainly sunny sky for today, 14. 6 tonight, the showers will settle in. into the evening and stick around overnight. Tomorrow, a little cooler, 11. Still chance of showers Saturday into Sunday. Don't forget, time change weekend. We fall back an hour on Saturday night, Sunday morning. And then the showers stick around Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as temperatures get cooler. That's your forecast. Yeah, Tim.
Thanks so much, Brian.
This is so good. This is a big deal.
This is a big deal, and I think everyone here knows I'm pretty humble. I don't like to brag about anything.
Now that's just funny.
A story we worked on here last week at CHCH has gained some international attention from comedian Stephen Colbert, who may have just squashed my broadcasting career. Take a look.
For more, much more on this story, let's go to CHCH News, Ontario's news leader.
While it isn't official yet, a Thorold man is confident he squashed the record. Adam Atkinson has the incredible story of Henry and the giant zucchini.
The Guinness World Record for the longest zucchini is 8 feet 33 inches.
Really? 8 feet 33 inches. I know this is Canada, but the metric system is weirder than I thought. I'm pretty sure, we can check on this. I'm pretty sure he meant 8 feet 3.3 inches. And one other thing, can we see that last angle on the zucchini again? Hey, buddy, watch where you're dangling your squash. No full frontal crudité, buddy. There could be baby carrots watching.
All right. So he was obviously kind enough to correct my measurement mistake. But then he takes a shot at my stand-up, all in good fun. This is a little teaser. We're getting more of my appearance in the Late Show coming up in Emily's Chit Chat segment.
You're doing it.
You don't want to miss this. All right.
You made it, big man.
I made it.
You made
a star.
Like,
now, in my defense, there is no good way to get a shot of an 8-foot-long zucchini.
But you did that with you always have the drone with you, and you're using the drone, and you're making your stories unique, and it was very unique.
I tried to be creative, and he just shot me down.
Now you're just internationally famous. So we'll talk more about how Adam Atkinson and his 8-foot zucchini took over the world last night in the late nights. Having a good time?
Having a blast.
Okay, you'll stick around?
Maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see if he's back next half hour.